The revelation of Jesus Christ. Pattern recognition in the Apocalypse. I am going to try to explain the book of Revelation or the Apocalypse in 15 minutes or so, based on my commentary of over 500 pages with digressions. The Apocalypse had warnings, encouragement, and meaning for the Christians to whom it was given, and they were first-century Christians. Many of them were Jewish Christians. At that stage, there was no separation between Jews and Christians, no parting of the ways. How do we know the Apocalypse was early? Because the Olivet prophecy in Matthew 24 is used in the Apocalypse. Jesus gave the Olivet prophecy in answer to the question about the beauty of the temple, which he predicted would be cast down. He was asked in Matthew 24, verse 3.
The Talmud declares that he who has not seen the temple of Herod has never seen a beautiful building in his life.
And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. And his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
In 70 AD, the temple was destroyed by the Romans, leaving only the foundations of this once magnificent structure. Every year in late summer, Jews around the world mourn the loss of the temple on what is now called Tisha B'Av.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world?
That was not one question, but two questions, as the sign of Jesus' coming is not necessarily the same as the end of the world. And what is meant by the coming, or the parousia, and what's meant by world, or aeon? Nearly every Bible translation has the end of the age, instead of the KJV, which has end of the world. So it's end of the age. Everywhere else, Matthew 24 uses the all-encompassing Greek word cosmos to describe the whole world. So Jesus is describing the end of something, the end of the age of Jewish temple worship, not the end of the world system. However, what happens in AD 70 is a pattern. It's a pattern that is repeated in the future. It is not repeated in substance, but in form. Jesus' words had therefore an immediate fulfillment, establishing his credibility as a trustworthy prophet.
Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
My contention is that the Apocalypse was given very early on, before the fall of the temple in AD 70. All the internal evidence in the Apocalypse points to an early date, and this contradicts the ambiguous testimony of Irenaeus, which dates the Apocalypse to AD 96, which is after the fall of the temple. However, the judgment in AD 70 was not the final judgment, nor was it even the end of the Jewish nation. The Jewish nation was ended by the Bar Kokhba rebellion in AD 132 to 135. Bar Kokhba was declared the Messiah by the chief rabbi Akiva, who interpreted the star prophecy of Numbers 24:17 as referring to Bar Kokhba, the son of a star. Bar Kokhba means the son of a star.
I declare Simon Bar Kokhba the Messiah, based on Numbers 24:17. Out of Jacob a star shall arise. His name shall be henceforth Simon Bar Kokhba, son of a star. Hear, O Israel, hear the son of a star.
The main thrust of the rebellion was 3.5 years, or 1260 days, which is the 42-month of witnessing in Revelation 11. Bar Kokhba overstruck Roman coins to celebrate his 3.5-year liberation of Jerusalem with an image of the Torah Ark with his star above it. One can suppose that he set up temporary sacrificial worship and a tent with the Torah Ark on the Temple Mount in anticipation of rebuilding the temple. Christians who did not accept his coins to buy and sell and exchange with, or acknowledge his messiahship, were persecuted and killed.
Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.